Thank you so much for joining us today for the announcement of the 2020 Leadership and Truman Awards and the Diverse Issues in Higher Education Diverse Champion Award. Please welcome Chair of the AACC Board of Directors, Dr. William Serrata.
Thank you, Dr. Parham. As many of you tuning in are aware, due to the coronavirus pandemic, the association had to cancel this year's conference. We had a great program prepared for you. This year, we plan to roll out our special mini conference for faculty, and there were over 250 of those individuals on the front line of teaching and learning who were planning to attend. In addition, we scheduled over 200 sessions for CEOs, senior leaders, mid-managers, and faculty. This year marks the 2020 goal of our progress towards increasing completion rates as a sector by 50%. I was particularly interested in seeing our sector's outcomes for each of the 7 recommendations outlined in the 21st Century Commission report. I've been advised by our President and CEO, Dr. Walter Bumpus, that over the next couple of months, the association will bring some of the high-quality programming from the convention to you, including a report card for the 21st Century Commission's recommendations. At this time, I would especially like to acknowledge AACC's past chair, Dr. Alex Johnson. Dr. Johnson served as chair of the AACC Board of Directors from 2019 to 2020, and he would have presided over the 2020 annual meeting. Dr. Johnson has provided exemplary leadership to the board over this past year. He would have loved to be here with us today to celebrate the accomplishments of our Leadership and Truman Award recipients. Unfortunately, he had a scheduling conflict that he simply could not rearrange, but he recorded a video message that we'd like to play for you now.
Hello. Even in the throes of a pandemic that led to the cancellation of our historic 100th anniversary celebration of AACC, Dr. Walter Bumpus, supported by Dr. Angel Royal, were determined to carry out today's recognition. So I thank them for their diligence. And as immediate past chair of the AACC Board of Directors, congratulate the recipients of the 2020 Truman Leadership and Diversity Awards. Myrtle, Augie, Curtis, and Eduardo, my colleagues, friends, and confidants. Your long-standing contributions and resulting legacy will continue to serve the community college steadfastly for years to come. You have touched the lives of countless individuals, leading to their development as citizens of the world. Congratulations again, and God bless you on your noteworthy achievement.
Thank you, Dr. Johnson, and we miss you. And I now have the honor of introducing this year's Leadership Award recipients. The Leadership Award, an annual tradition since 1982, is presented to individuals whose accomplishments and professional contributions to the community college field have been exceptional. Our first recipient is Dr. Myrtle Dorsey, Director and Professor of Practice, Community College Leadership Program at Morgan State University. In more than 40 years in higher education, Dr. Myrtle Dorsey has never wavered from her commitment to student success and leadership development. Dr. Dorsey started her career in higher education, ensuring students had the right academic support services in order to succeed in their courses. Her first foray into the community college sector came in 1981 when she served as Director of Special Services at Howard Community College in Maryland. She was at the college for 10 years, moving to Assistant to the Dean of Students and then Associate Dean of Student Services. In 1991, Dr. Dorsey took on the role of Vice President for Student Affairs at Baltimore City Community College. Next, at Georgia Perimeter College, she was Vice President for Student Affairs and Institutional Advancement. Her rise continued at Cincinnati State Technical and Community College, where she served as executive vice president. In 2002, Dr. Dorsey became chancellor of Baton Rouge Community College. The college was still new, having opened in 1998. Dr. Dorsey successfully led the college in the attainment of candidacy for accreditation and full accreditation with SACS in 2004 and SACS reaffirmation of accreditation in 2009. She developed the planning and budgeting system that included faculty, staff, and students. For that work, she received recognition as a Bellwether finalist in 2008. She oversaw a $73.3 million construction project. Dr. Dorsey also established the Chancellor's Leadership Academy, a crisis communications team, and a continuous quality improvement environment, among other things. Dr. Dorsey's career took her to the St. Louis Community College District in 2011, where she served as chancellor. She was responsible for the operation of the district, the campuses, and the centers. While there, she set a vision for the college. She was a leader in strategic planning, budgeting, fundraising, and facilities planning. She also was focused on increasing student retention and graduation rates. Since 2014, Dr. Dorsey has been a facilitator for the American Association of Community Colleges John E. Rush Future Leaders Institute. And in 2018, Dr. Dorsey became Director and Professor of Practice for Morgan State University's Community College Leadership Program. Dr. Dorsey chaired AACC's Board of Directors in 2011 and 12. She's been a member of the American Council on Education's Commission on Effective Leadership and the Baton Rouge Area Chamber Board of Directors. Awards have included the St. Louis Empowerment Foundation Women in Leadership Award and Phi Theta Kappa National Honor Society's Shirley B. Gordon Award of Distinction, both in 2012. Congratulations, Dr. Dorsey.
Thank you. Good afternoon. I wanted to first thank the American Association of Community Colleges and Dr. Walter Bumpus, President and CEO of AACC, the AACC Board of Directors under the leadership of outgoing Chair Dr. Alex Johnson and the incoming Chair Dr. William Serrata for this honor. AACC is an incredible organization with outstanding leadership that has been proactively pursuing an equal place at the table for community colleges. I would like to congratulate AACC on its 100th anniversary. This is a remarkable feat. The presentation of the American Association of Community Colleges Leadership Award is humbling, and it made me take me a step back and look at my journey. I thought about the 5 times that I physically moved during my career. And I remember one of my mentors saying to me that you have to be flexible and you have to be mobile. So I think I can check that off the list as being fulfilled. I have spent more than 40 years in higher education, 34 years in community colleges, and it has been a true labor of love. I have come full circle on this journey. I started my college studies at Morgan State University as a first-generation student, where I received my baccalaureate and master's degrees. Now I have the honor and privilege of returning to my alma mater as the Director and Professor of Practice over the Community College Leadership Program, offering a master's and a doctorate degree in community college leadership. I have the privilege of working with a great group of scholars at Morgan. The doctoral program currently has 126 actively enrolled scholars. We are training the next generation of community college leaders. You cannot do this work alone, though. It takes a strong and dedicated group of leaders to get the job done. I extend a thank you to the wonderful staff and faculty that I have had the honor to serve with at the many institutions of higher education where I worked. I cannot forget the great mentors that I've had on this journey. I would like to thank my many mentors throughout my life for their support and guidance. And that began with my parents, Mary and Joseph Bryan, my 5 amazing sisters, and I am the youngest, 2 nieces and 2 nephews, 1 extraordinary great nephew, and my best friend, the late Helen Roberts Dupree. I want to thank Walter Bumpus, John Roosh, the late Sue Ann Roosh, the late Ron Wright, Reverend Julius Jefferson, Carolyn Anderson, and my many students who were cheerleaders, especially Tori Landry. Nelson Mandela said, "Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world." I remain hopeful and optimistic about the future of community colleges in this new normal. Congratulations to my fellow Leadership Award recipients, Dr. Augustine Gallego and Dr. Ann McGee. I am in such great company. In closing, thank you to the American Association of Community Colleges and Dr. Serrata for this honor, and also Dr. Johnson. Thank you.
Congratulations, Dr. Dorsey, well deserved.
Thank you.
Our second Leadership Award recipient is Dr. Augustine Gallego, Chancellor Emeritus of San Diego Community College District. Augustine Gallego's path to higher education leadership clearly demonstrates his work ethic and fortitude. Dr. Gallego grew up in Tucson, Arizona with a strong work ethic. After graduating from high school in 1962, he began working full-time as a laborer in Tucson's water department, then became a firefighter while attending University of Arizona classes. During that time, he participated in the Fire Science Curriculum Steering Committee at Pima Community College. Dr. Gallego started working in higher education in earnest at the University of California, Davis in the 1970s, where he served as Associate Dean of Student Affairs and Associate Director of Admissions. In 1976, he moved to the San Diego Community College District. He served as Dean, Provost, and Vice Chancellor before taking on the role of Chancellor in 1990. During his tenure, Dr. Gallego led the development of many innovative programs, including public and private partnerships, to more effectively and efficiently serve students and the community. Leading efforts to increase community college transfers to universities, he initiated expanded programs for transfer to University of California and California State University campuses. He also expanded and improved the San Diego Community College District's Regional Center for Applied Competitive Technologies. In 2003, Dr. Gallego founded the Salzburg Global Seminars International Studies Program for community college students and academic staff. The program is now an independent organization, the Global Citizenship Alliance, with nearly 4,000 alumni and more than 80 colleges and universities throughout the United States. This program became a mainspring of personal and institutional transformation. Dr. Gallego retired from San Diego Community College District in 2004, but didn't leave higher education. From 2004 to 2014, he worked on the Community Colleges Initiative through Achieving the Dream and served as a college coach, including for El Paso Community College. Thank you, Dr. Gallego. He served on several boards, including as chair of the AACC and the American Council on Education. He was appointed by the governor of Michigan to serve on the National Governors Association Task Force on Competitiveness and served as chair of the College Board's National Commission on Community College. Dr. Gallego was named by Change Magazine as one of the 21 most influential higher education senior leaders in the United States. In 2004, he was awarded the Harry Buttimer Distinguished Administrator Award by the Association of Community College Administrators. Congratulations, Dr. Gallego.
Thank you very much, Dr. Serrata. And thank you, past Chair Alex Johnson, Walter Bumpus, Board of Directors of the AACC, colleagues, and friends. I wish to express my appreciation and honor for being selected to receive the AACC's Leadership Award. I also want to extend my appreciation to the many, many people and support that I received along the path to a leadership position. My path to a community college leadership position was indeed non-traditional. My introduction to community colleges in the mid-60s was purely accidental. As a City of Tucson firefighter, I was volunteered by a chief officer to serve on a fire science planning committee for the yet-to-be-opened Pima Community College. At UC Davis, in my student services role, A key activity was the formation of the UC Davis Los Rios Community College District's Guaranteed Transfer Agreement. In San Diego, my initial task was to plan, organize, and open the newest campus of the Community College District. From there, I was appointed to various campus-based and district-wide leadership positions and on to my final position as chancellor. I attribute this serendipitous trajectory to the confidence, knowledge, and skills I gained from many unique and varied work experiences. Most importantly on this path was the support from reliable and trusted mentors. And key to the successful leadership experience is establishing a productive board-CEO relationship. The best unsolicited advice I received at UC Davis, new to student services in 1970, at a meeting, a university administrator acknowledged my work and stated that I had a lot of potential. An administrator who happened to be a mentor turned to me and quipped, "Kid, potential is a French word for you ain't worth a damn yet." After retiring 16 years ago, my primary goal was to remain meaningfully engaged. My past experiences indeed facilitated my ability to serve on various university boards, served as a university trustee, and worked on several faculty and student initiatives. And speaking of initiatives, one of the initiatives was the Global Citizenship Alliance, a student-centered program based in Salzburg, Austria. To quote a World Health Organization official, global problems require global answers. To this end, in 2003, in a collaboration of community college leaders, senior institution, and international peers, we formed the Global Citizenship Alliance. The priority and the focus of the this international study program was to provide students of color and financially disadvantaged students an opportunity to participate in an international environment and work closely with peers in very intensive seminars, again addressing global issues. In closing, and lastly and most important, current community college leaders face the realities of a confluence of a pandemic, systemic social injustices, Black Lives Matter, financial distress, a compromised justice system, and the rule of law clearly at risk. All this while our community colleges are providing successful education and training opportunities for millions of students across the country. Part of today's focus is about our work, my colleagues' work, and our experiences and achievements. But the major focus must be about current and future community college leaders and their efforts in addressing these overwhelming demands. We must support them. We must support them. I acknowledge and salute my colleagues and will continue my support of the critical problem-solving challenges we all face, and especially our current and future community college leaders. Thank you very much for this opportunity.
Thank you and congratulations again, Dr. Gallego. Our final Leadership Award recipient is Dr. E. Ann McGee, President Emerita of Seminole State College of Florida. Dr. E. Ann McGee's love affair with community colleges began more than 50 years ago when she graduated from high school at 16 years of age and enrolled at St. Petersburg Junior College. She credits the outstanding and dedicated faculty and staff at SBJC for launching her on a career in education. That career included serving 22 years as president of Seminole State College of Florida. During Dr. McGee's tenure, Seminole State grew from a single campus community college into a dynamic state educational institution with 4 campuses and 30,000 students annually. The college offers 200 degrees and programs ranging from secondary education, industry certificates, and associate degrees to 7 bachelor's degrees. Seminole State is 16th in the nation of 1,051 community colleges for the number of associate's degrees graduates. In 2017 and again in 2018, the college achieved gold status in Florida's performance funding measures based on student retention, graduation, job placement rates, and graduate starting salaries. Dr. McGee was a catalyst for securing new programs and funding for Seminole State. As the college expanded, so did opportunities for students. Dr. McGee worked with Central Florida Auto Dealers Association to bring a new automotive training facility to the college and secured funding for development of the Center for Public Safety and the Partnership Center. Students have gained service learning and study abroad opportunities. The college now offers several workforce-based bachelor's degrees and completed the transition from a community college to a state 4-year college. Dr. McGee also persuaded the Grindle family to provide funding for the Honors Institute, which has produced several Jack Kent Cooke scholars. In January 2018, the college opened a $25 million student center to provide a one-stop shop for students to access a range of services. The building was renamed the E. Ann McGee Student Center in April 2018. Dr. McGee also had a strong advocate for leadership development, participating with senior management in the Seminole State College Leadership Academy. She led the college through faculty unionization and was a strong executive sponsor of teams implementing shared governance, employee engagement, and supervisory excellence improvements resulting from the Great Colleges Survey. For her work, Dr. McGee has received numerous accolades, including the 2013 James B. Green Economic Development Award from the Metro Orlando Economic Development Commission and the District 3 Chief Executive Leadership Award from the Council for Advancement and Support of Education, CASE, in 2015. In 2017, she was honored as a Business Leader of the Year by I4 Business Magazine and as Woman of the Decade by Orlando Business Journal. She also was honored by her peers with the James L. Wattenberger Award for her support of education in Florida. Dr. McGee retired from Seminole State in 2018. Congratulations, Dr. McGee.
Well, thank you, Dr. Serrata. Doing this virtually doesn't make this any less nerve-wracking. Let me just tell you that. And your whole history read, you begin to realize how important all the people along the way were in my life. So I want to say thank you, Dr. Bumpus, Dr. Dorsey, Dr. Gallego, Dr. Padrón, Dr. Curtis Ivory. You all have been my heroes. I've known you all for a long time. We have a huge investment in this community college system. And as you heard, my love affair started with community colleges when I was 16 and just graduating from Largo High School, going to St. Petersburg College. And I was very scared. And if it had not been for the faculty and staff at St. Petersburg College taking me under their wing, I would not be where I am today. So for all those faculty and staff that are in our audience today, thank you for what you are doing every day. You know, my remarks are really a thank you to all those educators who saw promise and helped me to achieve what to me was the ultimate, being president at Seminole State for 22 years. But my thank you is also directed to everyone in our audience who has chosen community college education as their true north. Truly, it's the faculty and staff at each of our colleges who are changing lives one at a time. The task has never been more important, as you heard Augie talk about, than now, because our world is so very uncertain. But my belief is that through our community colleges, we have the ability to emerge from these interesting times smarter, more caring, more involved, and more dedicated to the well-being of others than we ever thought possible. You know, even as AACC is celebrating 100 years of changing lives, I would suggest to you that the next 100 years are going to be even more impactful. We're in the midst of a revolution, a changing of minds and wills, and community colleges with their outreach into the very heart of our communities have been preparing for this time for 100+ years. I'm proud to have been a part of the first 100 years, but even prouder of our leaders who have accepted the challenge and will make the next 100 years even more meaningful. To the community college educators of today, and particularly Dr. Walter Bumpus, our fearless leader, and Dr. William Serrato, board chair, I thank you for continuing to lead our 1,200+ colleges as they seek to make our world a better place for all. I want to thank AACC and the board for this recognition. I salute each of you for what you accomplish every day on behalf of our students, because I was one of those students and I know how important your efforts are. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. McGee, and congratulations once again. Now I'm pleased to introduce to you AACC's President and CEO, Dr. Walter Bumpus.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. I too would like to join Dr. Serrato in commending the work of Dr. Alex Johnson this past year. During his tenure as board chair, Alex has done a fantastic job leading our nation's community colleges at the board level, and he has represented us effectively on the federal level as well. We're all saddened that he did not have an opportunity to preside over our annual convention earlier this year, and we look forward to finding a meaningful way to salute his many contributions. I do want to pivot for just a minute and also salute Dr. Serrato for his election as chair-elect from his peers on the board, and now his ascension to the role as chair of our board. He's off to a terrific start. So while I can't ask everyone to give you a hand today, William, I do want to nevertheless salute you. I also want to salute all of those individuals who are receiving awards today. I've known them all for years. I've had an opportunity to work with them. I've served on the board with several of them. And I can tell you, we had a stellar group of folks receiving awards today, and that were scheduled to receive them in March. Dr. Dorsey, Dr. Gallego, Dr. McGee, President Padrón, whom I'm going to mention in just a minute, and my good friend, Dr. Ivery as well. While cancellation of the 2020 convention was bittersweet, it was necessary, as our first priority was to focus on the health and safety of our attendees. And I say it was bittersweet because AACC is celebrating its 100th year this year. We developed a very thoughtful program under the direction of Dr. Angel Royal to celebrate this contribution with the many folks that were coming to the conference. In addition, that we are saddened that we didn't get a chance to recognize our retirees as well as our new presidents this year, but we are planning on doing something in the coming months to do that celebration as well. Since the cancellation of the event, AACC has pivoted to focus on many topics and resources to help you maneuver the coronavirus pandemic. We are listening to you, and we have provided just-in-time resources regarding the trends and issues that community colleges are confronting today and what we need for the future. Our dynamic communications team, led by Dr. Parham, whom you had a chance to hear from earlier, has done a lot of work in terms of putting information, relevant information at your fingertips in our award-winning CC Daily, our Community College Voice podcast, and through our webinars. And I'm so proud of the work that our sector has done and continues to do to adapt to this unprecedented situation. And we look forward to emerging from this pandemic as an even stronger voice and a stronger sector. Now to our honoree. I am delighted to have the honor of presenting this year's Harry S. Truman Award, our association's highest honor, to my long-term friend and colleague, Dr. Eduardo Padrón. This is a gentleman that in many ways needs no introduction, but out of respect for him and to honor him in receiving this award, I want to tell you a little bit about him. A giant in higher education, Eduardo is recognized nationally and internationally for engineering a culture of innovation and success at the largest degree granting institution in America. I want to repeat that. The largest degree granting institution in America. Not the largest community college, but the largest degree granting institution in America. Arguably, Eduardo has been the most accomplished and recognized leader for his work at Miami-Dade and than any other community college leader in the last 100 years. Not saying he's that old, but I am saying that as we have researched this, I make that as a statement of fact. If you would indulge me for just a minute, I would like to share a personal story about Eduardo to illustrate this point. Don't get worried, Eduardo, I'm not going to embarrass you on this one. But my very first trip to the White House was during Hurricane Katrina, when I was president of the Louisiana Community and Technical College System. I visited with President George W. Bush and his administration to share with them what was going on in Louisiana. I had, and no matter what political persuasion you might be or whom you might support as president, no matter what, it's always an honor to go to the White House. And I have to say, I don't care if it's your first visit and you start to look around the White House, you're nevertheless impressed and you're also a little bit nervous. But during my visit, one of the staff members of President Bush asked me if I knew Eduardo Padrón, as he had been to the White House on a number of occasions. And I thought, wow, that's impressive. Okay, I didn't know that about my friend Eduardo. Secondly, when I started my position at AACC, I had the opportunity to visit the Obama White House, and we counted it up recently. I was there 14 times during my first 7 years at the job, and rarely when I visited did I not get a question from someone about Eduardo Padrón and Miami-Dade. Again, very impressive. And thirdly, and you have probably guessed it by now, I have visited the Trump administration in the White House 5 times in the last 3.5 years. And during those visits, believe me, questions have come up about Eduardo Padrón and Miami-Dade College. So I think you get the picture that Eduardo has been recognized by all 3 administrations that I've had the pleasure and privilege of working with. In fact, I've actually had one staff member tell me they had Eduardo on speed dial. Now, lastly, I don't know if any of you that are listening in the audience or some of our members that are our panelists and others that are receiving awards, they have ever had a chance to read the Miami-Dade publication that comes out with Eduardo. And as I have jokingly said at our office, I do believe Eduardo has a picture in that magazine with every significant leader and person on the planet. Eduardo has done an amazing job. Now, a little bit about Eduardo the man. Eduardo arrived in the United States as a teenage refugee from Cuba in 1961. He did not speak English and struggled in a school system that did not yet include bilingual education programs. After graduating from high school, he attended Miami-Dade College, then earned a bachelor's degree in economics from Florida Atlantic University, followed by master's and doctoral degrees in economics at the University of Florida. Eduardo became a faculty member at Miami-Dade College, starting his long career with the institution. In 1995, Eduardo was named president of Miami-Dade College. He worked at the college and has been hailed as a model of innovation in higher education. Miami-Dade enrolls and graduates more minorities than any other institution in the country, including the largest numbers of Hispanics and African Americans. Under Eduardo's leadership, the college has received national recognition for its longstanding involvement with its urban community, its catalytic efforts for social and economic change, and the marked differences the college has made in students' access and success through pace-setting initiatives. Eduardo retired from the college in 2019. In 2018, Eduardo was elected a fellow of the American Academy of Arts and Sciences, one of America's oldest and most prestigious organizations. In 2016, President Barack Obama awarded him the Presidential Medal of Freedom, the highest civilian honor in the U.S. in the U.S. And Eduardo, it was here that I really made the comment, and I make it again now. You're the man. You're a bad man. Not many people can say they've had these kind of awards, and so we salute you for that. In 2009, Time magazine included him on the list of the 10 best college presidents. In 2011, Washington Post named him one of the 8 most influential college presidents in the US. Internationally, Eduardo's accomplishments have been recognized by numerous nations and organizations, including the Republic of France, which named him Commandeur, and the Republic of Argentina, which awarded him the Order of San Martin. Spain's King Carlos II bestowed upon him the Order of Queen Isabella, and Morocco's King Mohammed VI, who appointed him honorary consul in Florida of the Kingdom of Morocco in 2016. He has served on several national commissions, including the Aspen Institute, the Woodrow Wilson Foundation, the Knight Foundation, the Ford Foundation, Mellon Foundation, Century Foundation, National Science Foundation, National Governors Association, American Bar Association, and the Lumina Foundation. Eduardo currently serves on the boards of the Council on Foreign Relations, the Urban Institute, and the Spencer Foundation, Concordia Leadership Council, Achieving the Dream, and World Strategic Forum, among others. Whew. I'm tired of just talking about you, Eduardo. Now let you say a few words. Seriously, congratulations, my friend. You're so richly deserving of this honor, and we'd love to hear from you for a few minutes, if you don't mind.
President Walter Bonfus, you are much too generous. My dear friend, this is an incredible honor that you have bestowed on me, and I'm proud to accept it on behalf of the many colleagues and board members at Miami-Dade College, who for the last 50 years have supported me and have encouraged me. So this is really, really and truly humbling, and I thank you profoundly. As we all know, community colleges are America's democracy colleges, the great equalizers. They are the big, wide open doors to opportunity that allow everyone to harness his or her full potential. And yes, they are the dream factories where the American dream is realized. So it has been a distinct pleasure for me to be a part of this movement. And I want to take this opportunity to also congratulate my colleagues who are being honored today, to thank you again, Walter, for your leadership, as well as past president, past chairman, and dear friend, Alex Johnson, and the great new chairman, William Serrata. That's what makes, that kind of leadership is what makes community colleges what they are. And the future of America will be in better hands when community colleges are supported and allowed to really fulfill the promise that we have to give every American, so the American dream is realized. Thank you so very much. I'm very proud to be part of this.
Thank you, Eduardo. I'd like to now introduce David Pluvios, Executive Editor from Diverse Issues in Higher Education, to announce the 2020 Diverse Champion Award. David, if you would, please.
Thank you so very much, Dr. Bonfus. Thank you so very much. I want to just say a little bit about the Diverse Champions Award. This award recognizes higher education leaders who have shown unwavering commitment to equal opportunity and access for all, particularly at the community college level. This award was created by Diverse Issues in Higher Education in 2012 upon the retirement of our inaugural Diverse Champions Award winner, Dr. John Roosh, as director of the Community College Leadership Program at the University of Texas at Austin. Notably, of the more than 500 CCLP graduates produced during Dr. John Roosh's 40-year tenure at CCLP, more than 60% of those graduates are women and people of color. The Diverse Champions Award is given to individuals who have made similarly extraordinary contributions to the world of higher education, and it is my pleasure to introduce Dr. Curtis L Ivory, our 2020 Diverse Champions Award winner. For more than 2 decades, Dr. Curtis Ivory, Chancellor of the Wayne County Community College District, has been a national thought leader, educator, columnist, author, scholar, equity advocate, and a force for change in Southeast Michigan. Under his leadership, Wayne County Community College District, the largest urban community college district in Michigan, has been transformed into a thriving 6-campus district that serves more than 70,000 students annually. Notably, Dr. Ivory has been a champion for opportunity and education equity for the students he serves, and is credited with transforming Wayne County Community College District, which stretches across 36 cities and townships and more than 500 square miles. He has been credited with transforming Wayne County Community College District into a national model, lauded for its high enrollment and impressive completion rates. In addition, his scholarly research on urban and minority issues, specifically those impacting African American males, has won him widespread recognition and a litany of awards and honors across the years. It is my honor and pleasure to introduce to you Dr. Curtis L Ivory, the 2020 winner of the Diverse Champions Award. Dr. Ivory.
Dr. Ivory, you're on mute.
Again, I'd like to thank David for a most generous introduction. I would also like to thank AACC and Diverse Magazine for this award. I could not be more gratified and pleased today. It's particularly meaningful to me during these historic times. In many ways, it's a symbol that the work that I love has inspired educators to provide opportunities for their communities and the students that they touch. I've come to understand that sparking the desire for a better life through education is the highest goal of our work, and perhaps the greatest success that I can achieve in this lifetime. A critical part of that goal is creating avenues that allow the full spectrum of our community's experience to have voice and dignity. Our college district is the largest urban community college district in the state of Michigan. And thus it is vital and necessary that we put resources toward recognizing the history, the achievements, the challenges, the experiences of the communities that we serve. Urban community college districts have long shared unique and stubborn systemic issues that demand rigorous and thoughtful attention and work. We know that we do not exist in a vacuum. I know that the best way to honor and recognize this is through serious and hard work. At WCCD, this means applying academic rigor to the issues and finding ways to collaborate with other colleges, universities, and organizations that are working towards the same goal. I am proud that under my leadership, WCCD is in 2002 kicked off a series of national summits that included the nation's leading universities, scholars, community leaders, and others to focus on issues and provide a blueprint for transformational change. In 2004, WCCD established its Institute for Social Progress, one of only a few institutions that have such a program of this nature. Its primary goal was to collaborate with universities and organizations such as the Civil Rights Project at UCLA, the National Coalition on School Diversity, Columbia University, and more, and to quickly transfer research and data into effective on-the-ground programs that combat inequity and inequality. Through this work, I wrote 2 major books on urban education, America's Urban Crisis and the Advent of Colorblind Politics and Reclaiming Integration in Public Education. A 3rd book is underway on the future of public education. We're now putting together our 4th National Urban Summit focused on educational policy and law that is designed to create greater opportunity for our children at the K-12 level. We have found that occupying this space is quite unique, connecting higher education with real experience and that we encounter every day. We've carved out a space where real world can change and can flourish and represent a real important change. Consistent and thoughtful action, integrity, persistence, compassion, and dignity. These are the principles that guide my life. And these are the lessons that drive me forward, past those that continue to say, no, it can't be done. It is in that spirit, that curiosity and fortitude that will move us forward, becoming the society that America was promised to be. Thank you, AACC, for recognizing those who remain committed to moving us forward. And thank you to my fellow awardees for the gifts that you give. I'm honored to be counted among you. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Ivory, and thank you, David, and Diverse Issues for that contribution. We're very excited to have you. On behalf of Dr. Bumpus and Dr. Serrata, I want to say thank you all so much for being here today. Congratulations to the AACC Leadership and Truman Award recipients, and to you, Dr. Ivory, for the Diverse Champion Award. We appreciate you signing into the webinar. We hope that you will sign up to join us for the upcoming Outstanding Alumni and Awards of Excellence. Stay tuned to the CC Daily and the AACC website for more information on those awards. Again, we thank you all for joining us today, and we wish you a great weekend, and we'll see you next time.